Steven.
Hello, 大家好. So,
Hi.
a little bit about myself. My name is Steven, my English name. 我的中文名字是孙鹏。我的专业是中文。我上学在 Cerritos 大学。Um, so I am a freshman at Cerritos College. My major is Chinese, and I have a passion for learning about Chinese language and culture. And some of my hobbies include going on hikes and exercising, going to the gym. So yeah.
Oh,
And
good.
it's good to know that some of you have been to the United States, so maybe some of the stuff I talk about may be familiar to you guys. Okay, so
Good.
let me share my screen. So I'll be going back and forth from my slide to the chat because I cannot see the chat when I'm showing my presentation, but you can see my screen, correct? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So today I'll be talking about American universities. So I included this quote that says, "Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime." And what this means is that um, through education, you can succeed in life and you can be somebody. So university. University is a noun, which means it is a place. A university is an institution where students study for degrees and where academic research is done. So before many students get to the university, they have to complete entrance exams. Do you guys have entrance exams in order to attend Taiwanese universities?
What about Mercy? Can you answer it for us?
Yes.
Oh, really? Is there multiple or is there one?
Uh, one.
One? Oh, okay. Well, in the US, you actually have the choice of taking two different entrance exams, that being the SAT or the ACT. But if you're an international student, it is required to take the TOEFL, which is to show your proficiency in English. But due to COVID, many universities have made it optional to take entrance exams and submit your exam scores. Because it's been impossible to go in person to a testing site due to COVID and the spread, and especially here in America because it's very bad. So first, I will be showing you guys private universities, and what private universities are in America are universities that are not funded by the government. So this means that they get their money from to do research and to have more professors by either a private organization or by a religion. So here I'm showing the four of the eight Ivy League universities. Do you guys are you guys aware of the Ivy League universities? Yes. No, do you guys know about the Ivy League universities? I'm pretty sure these are very popular all over the world.
What about Sean? Do you know it? Sean?
Don't be shy.
Sean, Xu.
Oh,
Hey.
no.
No? Okay. Well, basically, the Ivy League universities are considered the one of the most prestigious and the most hardest to attend in the nation, and I believe also in the world. As you can tell, the acceptance rate for freshmen are very low, and I believe even lower sometime most of the time for transfer. And I'll elaborate on what transfer is later in another slide. And you can tell that the requirement for a GPA is usually around 3.9 and higher on a 4.0 scale, which means you mostly have to have a lot of A's in order to attend these universities. And the SAT scores are very high, but although it is optional to send, so you do not have to submit a entrance exam unless you're an international student. You must submit a TOEFL. And here are the other four of the eight Ivy League universities. As just like the other four, it is very prestigious and very hard to get in. Many times, the students that do end up getting in devoted a lot of their time to volunteering. Sometimes they start their own organization to raise social awareness on something, or they do things like shadow a doctor. They just do a lot of things in their community, because a lot of these colleges don't just look at your grades; they also look at who you are as a person. So here are some fun facts about the Ivy Leagues. So did you know Harvard University has an entire program dedicated to hip hop music? So this means that besides their general education, which means science, English, and math, um, most of their studies focus on hip hop music. And out of the 8 Ivy League institutions, 7 of them were established when America was still a collection of colonies. So that means that a lot of these Ivy League universities are older than America itself. And for about 50 years, organic chemistry students at Cornell hosted band performance in the library before exams. So here are some more private universities, which are not Ivy Leagues, but are still very prestigious and very hard to get into. Here is Stanford University. The acceptance rate is very low, especially for transfer. USC, located this is close to my house. It's about 20 minutes. It's here in Los Angeles. MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, located in Boston, Massachusetts, and Occidental College, located in Los Angeles. Fun fact, our former President Barack Obama did attend Occidental College. And just like the Ivy Leagues, many students do devote a lot of their time to helping their community in order to get to these universities. And there's also different requirements, like for MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, because they are focused on science and math. They would like you to take a lot of STEM courses. And here are some religiously affiliated private universities. So most of the time, a majority of the private religious affiliated universities in America are with the Catholic Church, just like University of Notre Dame, Loyola Marymount University, and Boston College. But there's also a handful of non-Catholic universities, such as Soka University of America, which was actually founded by Buddhists who believe in Soka Gakkai. And just like the other universities, these are also very prestigious. There are thousands of universities that thousands of students from not just America, but also like across the world that try to get into these. So that is why the acceptance rates are fairly low. So public universities. So unlike private universities, the way these universities get their money is through the government. So they're affiliated with the government. So you see, there are different systems within the public universities. There is the UC system. These are 4 of the 9 UCs. Here is UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC Irvine, and UC San Diego. UCLA, located in Los Angeles, UC Berkeley, located in Northern California, Irvine, Southern California, UC San Diego, Southern California. These are some of the top public universities within the nation. And fun fact, UCLA is the #1 applied to university in the world. There's about 100,000, if not more, applicants every year, and they just keep increasing year by year. And as you notice, there's no entrance exam. There's no choice you cannot submit an entrance exam to the UC system. And that is because with COVID being a problem and causing many of the testing sites to shut down, the UC system actually decided that a test score should not define who you are as a person in the rest of your life, because there's many students who can do fairly well in their classes. They get great grades, they volunteer, they do great work within their community, but when it comes to tests, it's just not the best. So they want to give those students a chance. And here's the California State University. And just like the UC system, but it's not as prestigious, but they are still very good schools. Just like the UC system, the Cal State system did omit the need for entrance exams for the same reasons. So as you can tell, the requirements are fairly lower, as they give opportunities to many different students. So Cal State LA, located in Los Angeles, San Diego State University, located in San Diego, San Francisco State University, located in San Francisco, and Cal State Long Beach, located in Long Beach, near Los Angeles, about 30 minutes from Los Angeles. And University of Washington, very prestigious, located in Washington State, University of Michigan, and UNC Chapel Hill, and Arizona State University. These are different systems. These are all independent public universities, which are not connected to the UC system because it differs by state. So as you can tell here, it is actually still optional for the University of Michigan and University of Northern California, Chapel Hill, and Arizona State University. But in the University of Washington, they also omitted the need for submission of entrance exams. Do any of the universities in Taiwan still need entrance exams, or is it optional like the US?
What about Ashley? Ashley?
I'm not really sure.
You're not sure. That's okay. No one knows.
Rosalind? Rosalind.
I guess some of them do, and some of them don't, I guess.
Okay, it's interesting. Okay, so I'll move on for the sake of time. So here are community colleges. So community colleges differ from the prior universities, the prior public. These still are public universities, but they're different than the other ones I presented, and the public universities because these are actually 2-year universities, and there's no requirements at all to attend. There's no need for entrance exams. There's no need for GPA requirements. And I myself am a community college student, and as if you guys saw earlier, the acceptance rates for other universities, they show transfer, and that means usually transfer pertains it's mostly for community college students, because when community college students finish their 2 years, they apply to transfer to a 4-year university in which they complete their next 2 years and graduate from that university with their degree from there. So like myself, I am planning to apply this year to transfer and attend a 4-year university. So here's a glimpse at college life. So there are many students in which they live on campus within the dormitories or off campus if they live nearby. College in the US is more than just taking classes. Most of the work university students do will actually be outside of the classroom, such as working on assignments, group study, or research. Sometimes the amount of time a student devotes to university work will be more than 40 hours a week. Club activities are very prevalent in American universities. Many clubs can range from yoga club, dance club, and K-pop club to social justice and debate clubs. Throughout the campuses, you will see students asking you to sign petitions for awareness of something like saving the trees or cleaning the oceans. There are also times when there are students with signs who want to raise awareness of an issue within the campus or the area surrounding. So if you were to, this was more, this happened more before COVID because many people were able to go out freely and just roam around carelessly, I guess. But many times there will be like students with stands trying to get you to join their clubs, or they're just protesting something, a social issue that's occurring within the city surrounding or the nation, or they're just something they want to protest from the school. But recently, this is not as popular due to COVID. For example, I recently visited UC Berkeley, and when I was there, I did not see a lot of campus life because of COVID. The students had to be inside to stop the spread of COVID. Okay, so more college life. So there's this thing called Greek life, which is very prevalent within American universities, which is like a type of club and organization. And there's two types. There's fraternities, which are organizations of male students where a commitment to a brotherhood is made, and sororities, which are organizations of female students where a commitment to a sisterhood is made. So many times, these students live together within a house on campus that serves as their dormitory. There are 123 fraternities and sororities with 9 million members total across. So that means there's 123 different fraternities within, if not all, most American universities, and altogether, the members make up 9 million. And fun fact, is that the first female astronaut was a part of Greek life, so she was in a sorority. Many American politicians were members of a fraternity or sorority when they attended university. So, why community college? So, in America, there's this stigma that community colleges are not good and that community colleges are for students who perform poorly, which actually is the complete opposite. Um, that is because community colleges do not have GPA requirements, and they do not have entrance exam requirements, and are open to everyone. So there's if anything, there's probably more benefits to attending a community college than a 4-year, and some of them are finances. Most community colleges are affordable, having students pay little to nothing, being a benefit for many low-income students. Community colleges also give you money to assist you in buying school supplies and more based on income. There's also inclusivity. Unlike many prestigious four-year universities, community colleges accept students no matter what. You can have an outstanding academic background or no academic background at all. You will be welcome at a community college. There's also flexibility. There are classes that can fit your schedule. You can work a 9 to 5 job while getting your degree for transfer. And there's a lot of support. There are many opportunities for students to reach out and get help at community college. The counselors can help you if you have problems with your work study schedule, or you have many opportunities for tutoring for various subjects. And there's transfer. So you can transfer to a foreign university and graduate with a degree from that university for less than half the price. So like for me, as an example, my community college actually gives me a lot of money to help me. And I get the same education as a student at a foreign university. And eventually I will transfer. I'm hoping to transfer to either UCLA or UC Berkeley, and I will graduate with a degree from that university. So I would be considered the same as those students. So, actually, is there anything similar to community colleges in Taiwan, or is there anything like this in Taiwan? Community college, 2-year university, or free college?
Yvette, can you share your idea? Yvette.
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. So, besides there being free college like community college in America, is there any way that students can receive a scholarship to get free college at their four-year university?
Chris? Chris.
I'm not sure.
That's
张
okay.
元呢？张元呢？张元。
Well, I don't know either.
That's completely fine. That's a part of the learning process. Not knowing much is part of learning. So moving on, here are some random facts about American universities. So nearly 60% of all American college students are female. So there are more women in college than there are men. And there are 5,000, and if not more, colleges in America. And number 3, something fun that colleges like to do is they invite celebrities to give a speech at their commencements or graduations. So here's a picture from the 90s in which a university invited Kermit the Frog. I hope many of you do know about Kermit the Frog. He gave a speech at a university. So any questions, comments, concerns? Are any of you interested in attending an American university?
Does anybody want to study abroad in the near future or when you attend in college?
Study abroad or attend, either or.
Anyone? What about Marcy?
Me.
Yeah? Marcy?
No.
Okay.
Or anyone want to attend college?
Does anyone have any questions about American colleges or about community colleges, about how the American college system works? Again, I can speak a little bit of Chinese in case you guys are shy. 我会说一点中文。 Questions, concerns, any questions about myself? Let's see.
Or we can take turn to share your ideas. All right, so I would like to start from Shangyuan. Any comments or concerns?
Or something you learned from the presentation?
Yes, Shangyuan. Do you want to study abroad?
Maybe I can go to.
I have a question.
Yes.
Stephen,
yes.
is it easy for students in the community college to transfer to a normal university?
It actually depends. So, to some UCs like UC Irvine and UC Davis, there's this thing called TAG, which means guaranteed transfer. So you just have to meet basic requirements. As long as you take a certain amount of classes and you receive a certain GPA, you're guaranteed 100% acceptance. But if a student wanted to attend transfer to a university like Harvard or UCLA, UCLA or UC Berkeley, because they are very prestigious, it is much harder.
Okay. Is there any requirements of students about their grades or their performance in school if they want to transfer to Harvard University?
Yes, so it's very difficult to transfer because the acceptance rate ranges from 1 to 2%. So it's much harder to transfer than attend as a freshman. But if you are looking into transferring to a Ivy League, um, some of the requirements are being very involved in your community. So a lot of volunteer, like you can volunteer at like an animal shelter, or you can even start your own organization. I know of a student who did start her own organization, and she is at Yale currently. Or you can, and as for grades, it's preferred that you have a lot of A's, maybe like 1B. It is very very hard to transfer.
Okay, I see. So most of students need most of the time they need to get A, right?
Basically, yes, the highest GPAs that they can get, the highest grades.
So every year, how many students would transfer from your school to uh, university, just like Harvard or UCLA?
So I believe a couple hundred, because Cerritos College is a fairly small community college, whereas um, because we're located out a little bit outside of LA, so like yeah, a couple hundred students. Like there will be like about 10 students who get accepted into UCLA. Um, there's a higher chance of students to get accepted into Cal States because those are fairly easier to attend because the requirements are very low and they do not require any extracurriculars. But UCs do require extracurriculars unless you have a transfer guaranteed uh, contract with a UC. And the transfer guaranteed is only with it's with all UCs except UC San Diego and UC Berkeley and UCLA.
Ah, I see. Well, thanks a lot.
Of
Any
course.
volunteers want to ask Stephen questions?
Anyone? Is there a Taiwanese university that you guys would like to attend?
I think Liang Yu, right? You have a question? Right?
Yes, I have questions to ask.
Yes.
Why are females more than males in universities in America?
That is a good question. I guess it just happens to be a coincidence, but it's actually a very good thing. I don't know exactly why, but it's a good thing because that shows that women are capable of doing anything that men are capable of doing.
Okay.
Yes. Any more questions?
And is it easy for you to find a job if you graduate from a community college?
I believe it depends because there are people that go to community colleges only for the 2 years and they do not transfer. And a lot of times, the reasons they do that is for like to be like a dental assistant.
Mhm.
And if they do a job like that, it would be easier for them to get a job. Whereas a person who attended a four-year university, they usually go for like jobs that are more prestigious.
Mhm.
So I would say it depends on what you're studying at the community college.
It means the department that you choose, right?
Yes, yes.
I see. So which department or which subject is more popular nowadays if you want to find a job in USA?
So coming out of college, I believe a lot of STEM people in STEM are it's more popular. There is a lot of people studying computer science and engineering and nursing. Nursing is also very popular. So those are like some of the jobs that are in high need and high popularity.
I see.
Yes,
Thanks a lot.
of course. Any more questions? Comments?
If no, we would like to thank Stephen for your informative sharing today.
Of
So
course.
everybody, please open your microphone to thank Stephen for sharing his presentation today.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Stephen.
you. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me. It's an honor. And for the sake of time, oh yes, I must be going. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thanks, Steve.